Have you ever wondered how a business gets their start? Most of us, I think, have the preconceived notion that businesses, we never really think about how they began. Did they have money in reserve? Did they inherit the business from a rich family member? Most of the time, this isn't the case. The majority of small businesses, when they get their start, rely on financial institutions for what's called a business or commercial loan. Today, I'm going to be discussing how a business loan or commercial loan creates a cohesive partnership with the financial institution which it is lent. My name is Rachel, and as I've mentioned in previous presentations, I have been a member advisor at Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union for the past 7 months. As a member advisor, I'm expected to fulfill any requests and needs of the member if it leads them on a financially successful track to their goals that they've outlined for us, whatever they may be. As I've mentioned, it's a relationship founded on trust revolving around 3 key terms: people, emotion, and spirit. Now, in order for businesses to begin, they must have the correct resources and funds in order to do so. Why does this matter? Without these funds, communities wouldn't be able to have the businesses that are their foundation. What is a community without businesses? It is shown and it is known that actively correlating communities within businesses creates for a foundation for its community members based on trust, much like the goals of Affinity Plus, as well as a cohesive partnership. Meaning, the bank gets a cohesive partnership with the lender and the community benefits as well. At Affinity Plus, we strive to create new and existing partnerships outside of our walls in the bank and in our communities. This is another way that we have outreach as well as share our message of how ditching the big banks can be beneficial for both individuals as well as communities. Affinity Plus, as I've mentioned before, has some values that are unlike any other at a financial institution. We currently do not offer business lending, but I feel like it'd be a great advancement in the products we have for our members. After all, our main goal is to become the world's most trusted organization and to offer our members products, services, and rates that are unlike any other. Currently at this time, I get requests all the time for commercial lending. Before I go any further, perhaps we should discuss what exactly business lending is. In the technical terms, most times with a loan, individuals rely on collateral or an unsecured debt to take care of their payments. In this case, we realize that when a business is starting out, they probably don't have any collateral built up in their business, or they don't have the means to provide collateral for us to lend against it. In this case, business lenders understand, and it does not rely on collateral, which is a unique form of lending. Rather, it relies on personal financial success rather than business status success. In this way, we are trusting in the business to become successful with our help and with our funds, and if not, they agree to pay us back regardless. Small business lending and commercial lending revolves around any sort of income-based business, individual, or product that brings in income for the member or for the bank that's lending against it. Small business lending is mostly meant to help a business grow. A business wouldn't come to us for funds unless they truly needed it for a new product or a new goal or hope that they have for their business. Through small business lending, when it's successful, businesses gain financial assistance they need to succeed. Thus, the cohesive partnership begins. Let's think about what it means to have a cohesive partnership. Cohesive means solid. Also, it's a parallel agreement, a two-way street, if you will. In this way, how does it become a cohesive partnership for both? There's 2 cohesive partnerships going on. There's one between the lender and the lendee, in this case the small business, and the bank or credit union, and then from the community to the financial institution. Let me make it more clear. The cohesive partnership for the bank and the credit union is that the bank is able to lend for the business, and the business is able to begin their new product, or they are able to start up themselves. Now, let's move a little further to have a better example of how this community outreach benefits all three parties: community, business, and financial institution. Let's say that a member, let's call her Abby, comes into the bank looking for her very first car loan. This is a really exciting time for her, and as Affinity Plus member advisors, it's our job to offer more to our members than just a loan. In this case, I could say, if we offered commercial lending: Abby, I'm so excited that you're purchasing your first vehicle. Are there any concerns you might have? Because if there are, or if you're looking for a reliable business to buy your first vehicle with fair prices and that also works with our goals, contact this specific car dealership that I could have a partnership with, since we've done lending with them. In that way, I am helping my members from the business as well as my members coming in each day to lending. In this way, I'm benefiting the business by bringing them more income, support, and community knowledge of them, because most of the time when they're a new business, the community doesn't know a whole lot about them. So I'm creating a positive experience for both the business and the community member who's a member of our financial institution. In this way, Abby then goes to the car dealership and says that she heard about us from Affinity Plus if we offered lending, and that thus shines positive light on us for the business as well. Then Abby drives around in her new car, and people say, "Oh, it sounds like you got a great deal on this vehicle. How did you hear about it, and where did you go through?" She would then discuss the lending experience she had with Affinity Plus, as well as the great car buying experience she had with the business that we provided her with. In this way, it's a cohesive relationship. Advantages of business lending, as I've already discussed in the previous example, create a cohesive partnership and an opportunity for resources for potential customers and members to be shared. So, after discussing all of the positive impact that business and commercial lending can have on an organization as well as a community, you might be wondering why we don't currently offer this. The question remains to me as well, but as a member of Affinity Plus and a member advisor at Affinity Plus, here are some reasons why it might be. Affinity Plus has always strived to not be income based. We want to focus mainly on your goals and what's going to make you most successful. In today's economy, we all understand how risky it can be to start a new business. This is where we get into a little bit of a conundrum. We want a business to be successful, and we want a member to be successful. However, in today's economy, can we guarantee that a business is going to succeed for our member and put them in a good financial position? No, we can't guarantee that. So where we've been running into, areas where we have a hard time relating it to our culture is when we can ensure that success. We've never done lending in a situation as risky as this. However, where I come in and have my argument of why it is a great idea for us to offer this product to our members is the basis of our foundation. A foundation founded on trust. If we trust our members to have, the means as well as the planning that's necessary and the resources to make themselves successful in this business with our partnership as well, we should trust that they are going to either pay us back if the business fails, or we're going to create a positive relationship and community outreach with a business that's just getting its start. Thus, both parties win. And now, obviously, I could not complete this presentation on my own, and so I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I've used 6 different resources. And the first resource I utilized was the business blog shub.com. They have some great resources as far as small businesses that have their own blogs. They discuss where they came from and where they're at now. So it's a great resource for small businesses. Even now when I have customers coming in asking for commercial lending, even if I can't offer that, I send them to this website to just get some information about what they're really getting into. I also looked at the website smallbiztrends.com. This helped me to see some of the actual advantages of business lending and the trends that are going on right now. It is no question that small businesses are having a hard time in today's economy, but I still feel that since Affinity Plus is so different, perhaps we could bring a new and more meaningful experience to opening a small business, since for a lot of our members, this is their dream, and we support their dreams. We also took some of the information for this presentation from the article from the Huffington Post, and that's called Big Banks Small Business Lending. Do the numbers really add up? There were some really great eye-opening numbers in there, so I recommend checking that out. We also took an article from Small Business Journal, Advantages and Disadvantages of Small Business Lending. We then took an article called Small Business Lending, pretty much just covered from A to Z what it involves to have a business loan, and that was from the Small Business Canada Guide. It was interesting to see how the small business trends varied from country to country. And then finally, we used the Business Dictionary article called that discussed commercial lending in its whole. I thank you for your time and consideration in this presentation. I hope I've shed a little bit of light on why business lending would be a great opportunity for Affinity Plus to better serve its members. Remember, business, bank, and community will all benefit from this partnership, and that is why business lending creates a cohesive partnership.